Hi and welcome back to BookTube with Amy. Today we are going to talk about Wisteria, Witchery and Woe by Shea MacLeod, which is the second book in the Deepwood Witches mystery series. This is a cosy mystery series that focuses on a coven of witches in Deepwood in Oregon, and they need to deal with your standard cosy mystery stuff. You know, bodies crop up, they need to solve the cases, but there's always an added supernatural element as well because they are witches and they live in quite a big supernatural community. Before I talk about Wisteria, Witchery and Woe, I'm just going to very briefly talk about Potions, Poisons and Peril, which is the first book in the series that I read last year as part of Indie August. So as you all know, I've been on like an entire cosy mystery kick, and cosy mysteries are pretty much my favourite genre to read from at this point. And after finishing the Suki Stackhouse books last year, I was sort of craving another supernatural cosy mystery series, and so I decided to pick this one up. It was recommended to me, I don't remember who by, but somebody did recommend it to me, so I picked up the first one and I picked it up as part of Indie August. I really did enjoy it. I really liked the town and I really liked the witches, and I did enjoy the story and the mystery element of it. However, I didn't enjoy your love interest in this book, and that was quite a big bit of the story, and so that did pull the rating of this one down for me. It became a 3-star, and I found your main character in this one, Emery, just to be a bit irritating. I felt like she didn't always make the best choices, and so unfortunately that hindered my enjoyment of this book as well. I rated it a 3-star. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue the series or not, to be honest. However, it really stuck with me. Like, I found myself wondering about these characters, wondering about this town, and wondering about how they were getting on. So I was like, right, I need to continue that series. The characters have obviously stuck with me, even though Emery wasn't my favourite. I liked the other witches in the coven and I liked the town vibes, so I decided I was going to continue. Something that is quite interesting about this series is that each instalment in this series actually features a different witch from the coven, and so that is something else that really spurred me on to pick up the sequel in this series, because although Emery would still be in it, she would then become a secondary character and I wouldn't just be reading from her perspective. And that's something that I've never really had in a cosy mystery series before, and so it's something that I was really intrigued to see how I would find, and if I felt like the writing had changed enough to justify it being from someone else's perspective, or if I would just feel like it was still sort of Emily's perspective but it was just another name. So in this book we feature Lena, and Lena is a death walker, which means her powers are that she can sense when there's going to be a really bad death, so like a murder or a suicide or something like that, or just like a really bad accident. And she can also warn people and try to, you know, she sometimes gets like wee visions of their death, and so she can try and warn them against certain situations to prevent that death from happening. And she also can see dead people, very sixth sense, but ghosts will sometimes come to visit her, only the very strong ones, and you know, she'll help them pass over, or sometimes she'll help them solve a bit of unfinished business, or they'll help her, in this instance, solve their murder and try and give her a wee hint and a tip as to what is going on. And that was very different from Emery's powers in the first book. Emery, she is like a potions gal, and so like most of her solutions to things were just to whip up a potion, which like I enjoyed, but Emery's powers were just, Lena's powers were just very different, and I really enjoyed that darker element of them, and I felt like her powers were more suited to the murder mystery elements of this book, and I felt like it was a wee bit more believable than the first one was. I also really liked Lena as a character, reading from her perspective. She doesn't have a lot of the same confidence as what Emery does, and she doubts herself, she worries about stuff, and she just felt like a more well-rounded, believable character. And you know, I could imagine Lena being somebody I know in real life, whereas Emery was just sort of like I'm the shit and I just didn't relate to that quite as much, whereas Lena I found to be hugely relatable and a really well-rounded character. We get to find out a lot about her backstory, we get to find out a lot about her family life, and then because we knew all of this, and because like her love interest coming into this was a wee bit more gradual, I found I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I actually really shipped Lena and the love interest in this book. I found that their romance was completely and utterly engaging. I really wanted them to get together, and I liked how challenging he was for Lena and how he would like question her own things and like push her a wee bit, and I really enjoyed their relationship. I think that it was brilliant and I hope it continues in the future books. I really enjoyed the mystery element of this. It kept me on my toes. There was some times where I was like, right, 1000% that person's the murderer, and then it turned out it maybe wasn't, and then I did guess who the murderer was, but I guessed it sort of feel like as the reveal was coming, so I did enjoy that aspect of it. I think that it was good at keeping you off the scent, and there was enough twists and turns in this that I wanted to keep you reading so that you could find out what was happening, but there was enough plot also happening that it wasn't getting frustrating, which is one of my biggest issues sometimes with murder mysteries. So I thoroughly enjoyed everything about this book. I thought it was very funny. I feel like we got some really good character development here for some of the side characters as well. Mia specifically, she is a new witch who came into it in book 1, and she isn't a coven sister yet. However, I feel like she will become one, and I really loved her relationship in this with both Emery and with Lena. I think that it was just really wholesome, and to see them like really protecting her and taking her under their wing and trying to teach her how to control her magic, I just really enjoyed that. There was something lovely and wholesome about it, and I feel like I will definitely continue the series. I can't wait to pick up the next one already. This was a 5-star read for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. When I started it, I like could not put it down, so I am so glad that I decided to continue this series because it was just superb. I think that it'll be interesting again to see how my experience with the next one will be, depending on who is going to be the protagonist in that, and just see how we get on from there. But thoroughly enjoyed this, 5-star, and I definitely will finish out the series. I'm going to buy the rest of them and read them for sure, because I just thought that this was excellent. I would recommend this to anybody who does like a cosy mystery with a bit of a supernatural element. I will let you know obviously that the romance is quite heavy in here. It's no spicy as such, you know, it's sort of feel like start to passion then fade to black, because I don't really like a lot of spice, so that's preferable for me. But the romance is very prevalent in here, so if you're just looking for like a straight cosy mystery without any romance really, or where the romance is a bit of a side plot, these probably aren't going to be for you. The romance is very front and centre in both of the books that I've read so far, but they're excellent, and I really would recommend them to anybody who was wanting to pick up some supernatural, cosy mystery, indie, fantasy. They were fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying everything that you're reading at the moment. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!